In the heart of the bustling port of Brest, with the king's blessing and the weight of a nation's ambition on his shoulders, Jean-François de La Pérouse prepared to set sail into the unknown, commanding two majestic ships destined to map the uncharted corners of the globe. With the rhythmic creaking of timber and the snap of white sails catching the breeze, the expedition ventured into the vast Atlantic, where the pride of the French Navy carved a path through the deep blue waves, embarking on a journey of scientific discovery that would span the entire Earth. Battling the fury of the southern seas and the relentless currents near the Cape of Good Hope, the crew remained steadfast under the starlit canopy, their instruments guiding them through the darkness as they bridged the gap between two vastly different worlds. Arriving at the pristine and rugged coasts of Alaska, the explorers stepped onto the edge of a frozen frontier where the silence of the ancient forests and the towering glacier bore witness to their first brave encounters with a land untouched by modern civilization. As they meticulously charted the intricate coastline of California with precision and academic fervor, the maps began to take shape on their weathered desks, transforming observations into the foundational blueprints of geographical knowledge that would outlive the very hands that drew them. Under the golden light of the Pacific sunsets, the crew found solace in their shared isolation, huddled together on the decks of their wooden homes, recounting tales of distant ports and the endless horizons that stretched before them like a promise of future glory. In the exotic waters near the islands of Japan, the meeting of cultures unfolded with mutual curiosity and respect as the French explorers engaged with local traditions, forever documenting the vibrant tapestry of human life that flourished far from the borders of their home land. At the final outpost of their known route in Botany Bay, the parting messages were scribbled with a heavy heart before the ships vanished into the morning mist, signaling the beginning of a silent departure that would ultimately lead them toward their final destiny. As the expedition pushed further into the uncharted depths of the Pacific, the sky began to bruise with the approach of a brewing tempest that would challenge the resilience of the men and the structural integrity of their once mighty vessels. Thunder roared across the endless sea like the voices of ancient gods as the brutal storm tore through the rigging and splintered the masts, plunging the pride of France into a chaotic struggle for survival amidst the crashing waves and the unforgiving deep. Struck by the jagged teeth of the coral reefs beneath the dark waters of Vanikoro, the ship shuddered under the final blow of the elements, leaving the ocean to claim the wooden remains of the mission and scatter the dreams of the expedition into the cold abyss. Awakening upon the pristine white sands of a remote tropical island, the survivors stood as ghosts of a lost mission, surrounded by the scattered wreckage of their ambitions, peering out toward a horizon that offered no sign of rescue or hope. With the resilience born of desperation, the men fashioned a new existence from the debris of their ships and the gifts of the island, turning their grief into a tireless labor of endurance as they clung to the hope of returning to the embrace of their families. The construction of the small boat became a desperate testament to their will to live as the artisans and sailors worked with trembling hands under the blistering sun, hoping that this final creation would carry them back through the vast wilderness of the ocean. Years washed away the memories of the men into the island's verdant depths as the wood rotted and the iron rusted into the sand, leaving the jungle to reclaim the stage where a grand scientific dream had quietly turned into a silent tragedy. Decades after the silence had fallen over the crew, a new expedition arrived to find the remnants of the lost fleet scattered amongst the coral and the sand pieces of a puzzle that had long been buried by the relentless march of time. The discovery of rusted muskets and tarnished buttons amidst the tropical growth sent shockwaves across the globe, revealing the final resting place of the men who had dared to venture further than any of their peers had ever dreamed. Back in the halls of French museums, the recovered artifacts whispered their haunting stories to the modern world, transforming the wreckage into a sacred legacy that honored the bravery of those who were swallowed by the sea in their pursuit of enlightenment. Today, the island of Vanikoro remains a tranquil paradise where the water laps gently against the shore, hiding beneath its surface the secrets of a journey that never reached its intended conclusion, leaving only the sea to guard the history of those who were lost in their silence. At the edges of our memory, the tale of La Pérouse lingers as a testament to the fragile reach of human knowledge and the enduring mystery of the ocean, which keeps its deepest secrets hidden beneath the waves, where the final chapter of their story rests forever in their depths.